Hello, hello. This video is going to be about high-fiving yourself, as crazy as that sounds just on the surface. But it's mainly all about self-talk and why everyone has awful self-talk and how we can go about changing that. And I got this concept from a lady called Mel Robinson. You may have come across some of her videos on YouTube. They end up in the recommended quite a lot because they're quite clickbaity. Because it seems crazy to think that high-fiving yourself in the mirror every morning um, can change so much about the way you live, but it does have a very positive impact. And Mel Robinson goes on to explain why it's important. And she talks about basketball players. And she talks about how one of the greatest predictors of a basketball team's success is by looking at their preseason body language. Essentially, how many high fives they give each other is a really good predictor for how that basketball team is going to perform in the season. It changes the amount of points they get and the amount of games, especially, that they win. And I've applied this metaphor to myself and my life. I high five myself every single morning. I don't just do that, I don't clap, but I look myself dead in the mirror. I look myself in the mirror, I tell myself what I'm going to do today, how I'm going to do it, and then afterwards I reward myself for telling myself what I'm going to be doing by high fiving myself. Um, I found this just changes the way you do actions throughout a day. It's like you've got an accountability buddy within yourself. It's the mirror that you're now talking to, but you're essentially just talking to yourself. And having that accountability it ensures that I do the work that I need to do every single day, which is very, very important for me because if you're anything like me, you have awful work ethic. It's, other techniques do not work for me. Um, just saying them aloud without the mirror in front of me is not as effective as saying it to the mirror, looking myself dead in the eye, and then high-fiving myself. It's a very different effect. And yeah, Mel Robinson mentions the basketball teams, and I thought this concept was crazy. And I've now been putting it into practice for maybe the past couple months or so. And the effect that it's had on me is really important because it's similar to meditation in a sense, where meditation helps you notice thoughts that are coming in. This helps you notice your self-talk and the quality of your self-talk. Because I've been putting myself down permanently, essentially my whole life. Everything I do has negatives to it. I always used to say that I was an optimist to other people, but a pessimist when it came to myself. Because to myself, it was never good enough. It was always tinged poorly. Yes, I did okay, but I could have done better. And I'm hoping that you guys are like me and can learn from my years of mistakes and actually just put this into practice now because it will change the way you think about yourself. Because your self talk is way more important than you think. Everything you do, you have an opinion of in your brain, and it depends on how you frame the action that has taken place. Yes, you may have done the action poorly, but you still did the action. Action will always be better than inaction in the case that we're looking at here. And one of the metaphors that I sort of applied with the basketball team to my life was basketball players high five in games, basketball players high five each other even after they miss a three throw. They still keep that positive mental attitude. Even if you have something in your life that goes the wrong way, it doesn't go straight into the basket, still give yourself that high five because it's not about landing that basket, it's about winning the game. You can have sections of your life where it doesn't go correctly, but it's all about getting back up, high-fiving yourself, having positive self-talk, because all that matters is that end destination, the reward that comes at the end, which is essentially life. It's essentially understanding everything. Not understanding everything, but you see what I mean. It's the reward at the end of the tunnel, or the end of the rainbow, at the end of the game, whatever kind of way you want to frame it. But positive self-talk will always help you get to that direction. Thank you. If you have any questions about this very short, rambly video, feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer it.